Hi, welcome to a quick yoga video by Wendy Jean Holistics. Today we're going to start in standing pose. So I encourage you to bring your feet together, letting them touch at the toes all the way down to the heels if you can, if not as close as you can. And as you're doing this, make sure that you're breathing. And we're going to keep our knees soft the whole time. And that just means that they're not locked and pushed back. So they're just going to be nice and soft. Hands can rest at your side. Relax your shoulders. So while we're here playing with our shoulders, take a few shoulder rolls, bringing your shoulders up and around, back and down. Inhaling when you come up to your shoulders and start to exhale. And when you come down, squeeze those back muscles together. Just doing a few more shoulder rolls as fast or as slow as you choose to. The next time that you come up, reverse the movement. Come backwards. Moving the bones and the muscles and the joints. Again, getting just everything ready for a little practice. And a couple more. Then shake it out. And drop your shoulders. Take a deep breath. And if you ever need to exhale with a because you have that extra air as you're releasing emotions, do feel free to make the noise, however it works in your practice. Breathing, wiggling around, adjusting the body, and closing your eyes if you're comfortable. If not, find a place on the floor or the wall in front of you and just find a spot to stare at. And what that does is it allows your mind to start focusing more on your body. So finding your spot to stare at, closing your eyes, or finding the spot, whatever way it works. Begin to feel your balance. Check your feet. Make sure that you're not squeezing your toes. And rocking a little bit back and forth to feel your whole foot connected to the earth. The first step, I guess you could say, in grounding. Rocking back and forth, and then even rolling back and forth, out to side, and bringing your awareness from your feet up to your legs. You need to wiggle your knees. Oftentimes, if you can't settle just yet into a pose, we still have lots of energy in us. We're just starting our practice. So allowing the energy or your body to just slow down a little bit. So if you need to, go ahead and shake your knees. Oftentimes, if you look at it as your big spirit out here needs to get inside this body. So it takes a little bit of time sometimes to fit in there if you want to look at it that way. Again, energy is just energy. And shaking yourself out. And continue to settle. And as you're moving up your body, become aware of your breath on your inhale. And letting your inhale come all the way to your abdomen. And at this point, taking your right hand and placing it on your abdomen and putting your left hand over the top. And that's just as a reminder, so as you inhale, you want to feel that lower abdomen expand. And as you exhale, allowing that abdomen to come back in towards center. This is our natural way of breathing. Somehow throughout life, many of us have forgotten how to breathe properly. So working with the breath, it's not always easy at first. And if you have any doubts, watch a child breathe, because they haven't learned the social norms, and oftentimes they don't have anything that has taught them. So if you, especially babies, watch them breathe. Those little bellies just breathe and get excited. So remember to breathe. We store so much emotion within our abdomen. Breathing, letting the shoulders relax just a little bit further. Letting your body breathe you. In other words, don't change the rhythm. Just trying to get the inhale all the way down into the belly. And always, if you can, in through the nose and out through the nose. And if that doesn't work, truly, the mouth works. But working toward breathing in and out through the nose. Relaxing your teeth, tongue, and jaws. And remember to drop your shoulders just a little bit more. And letting your hands just drop to your sides. Breathe and explore your body. And then gently opening your eyes and preparing to move. We're going to bring our feet to maybe just about hip width apart. We're going to bend our knees. And I'll demonstrate first. We're just going to work with a little bit of a breathing exercise just to warm the body up inside. So as we inhale, we're going to bring our arms up to the ceiling. And as we exhale, we're going to do it with noise like inhale coming up. And then exhaling, coming down. So on the next one, feel free to join me. Inhaling, arms up to the ceiling, stretching as high as you can. Exhaling, whatever noise wants to come out. And then as you inhale, coming back up. Work with your own rate in your own rhythm. And we'll do this for a few more minutes just to warm up the body. Inhaling, stretching, exhaling. Inhaling, stretching, and exhaling. And letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Working with your breath. Inhaling, letting go. And making sure to let go with each one of those exhales. Warming up the back and the legs, the glutes, the shoulders. And we'll do two more. And then when you come back up to center, just let your arms relax. Relaxing your feet, and close your eyes for a moment and just feel the tingles. Let the body come back to normal on its own, but just feel all the warmth, the sensations, the circulation, however you want to look at it. Feel the sensations in the body. And if you need to, move your feet, kick your legs out. Again, listen to what your body needs to do. If you're happy where you're at, you don't have to move. And gently opening up your eyes. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to have our feet again just hip width apart. And as we inhale, what we're going to do is we're going to come into a sitting pose. We're going to go into chair pose. And chair pose helps us to build strength within our legs, and it helps to bring us more into our body. So I'll show it to you from the front, and then I'll show it to you from the side. So bending your knees, placing your hands here first. Make sure that you feel balanced. Your feet are completely planted on the earth. So you'd inhale to here, and as you exhale, tighten your glutes, tighten your quads, bringing your arms up to the ceiling. Just looking down toward the earth, and just imagine you're sitting in a chair, breathing and pushing into the earth. And when you're ready to come out, take breaks as you need to do this, because we'll be holding it for a little bit. And a little bit, I mean 45 seconds to a minute, maybe a little bit longer. So I'm just going to do it sideways so you can see that how my back and stuff looks. So as we inhale, we're going to bend our knees and come forward just a little bit, using these nice long strong glute muscles and quad muscles. And when you're ready to exhale, bringing your arms up to the ceiling, looking straight down at the earth, breathing and pushing into the pose. And as you exhale, and coming back to center. Now feel free to join me. Planting your feet. Inhale, bending the knees, placing the hands on the quads. Exhale, coming into chair pose. Trying to get the breath again all the way down into the lower abdomen, and using complete exhales. Breathe deep. Push into the earth. And you can always take your practice a little further. If you want more of a stretch, push your arms straight up to the ceiling as if someone were pulling you. You can always sink a little deeper into the pose as well. Pushing into the glutes, pushing into the floor, breathing. Allowing the heat to rise within the body. Put a smile on your face. Take a break when you need to. Nice deep breaths. And 2 more breaths if you can. And then on your next exhale, slowly come up to center, and don't move yet. Come back into Tadasana. Close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Let the body relax. Feel the warmth come through the body. You might feel heat tingles. Let go of the stress. And when it feels right for you to move again, kick your feet out. And we're going to work into warrior poses today. So we're going to start with a couple lunges just to warm the legs up just a little bit more. So we're going to take our left foot out to the side. Doesn't matter which side you do first, as long as you do both sides. So placing your left foot so it's looking straight out to the wall in front of you. And then the right foot you want to have looking to the wall this way in front of you. You want to line your heel up with the arch of your foot. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we want to bend this knee into a 90-degree angle. So however it works for you and wherever your flexibility is, move that front foot so you can feel where your comfort zone is in this. So then coming back up to center here, Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, coming forward into that 90-degree angle. And then just placing your elbow right there on top of that thigh. Breathing here. Trying to keep yourself still, finding your balance. Breathe, breathe. And then on your next inhale, bringing your arms straight up toward the ceiling and over your head. And if you have your balance, look up at your palm. Imagine that somebody is pulling your hand straight up between the ceiling and the wall. You're aiming for that crease. Stretching all the way from the hip, all the way up to the fingertips. And at the same time, pushing back on that back foot. Trying to keep the feet relaxed. A side angle stretch. Strengthening the legs and stretching the body. Now, if you can, 2 more breaths. And when you're ready to exhale, first bring the arm down. And then come back up to center. Turning the feet in so they're both facing forward. And heel toe your feet in. And then kick your legs out. So you might find that you're getting a little bit warmer. You might even find that your heart rate is increased, and that's totally normal. That's how we get our little cardio workouts in yoga. So then we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. First, finding your 90-degree angle and making sure that the heel is lined up with the arch. So once you have that position marked, come back up to center. We'll take another breath here. In on an inhale when you're ready, bending into that front leg. And exhale, placing the elbow on top of the thigh. And holding this pose first, keeping the body facing forward. Finding your balance, keeping your alignment. And make sure that you're pushing into the outer side of that back foot. Activating your legs. And once you have your balance on an inhale when you're ready, bringing the arm up over your head, stretching as long as you can. And if you have your balance, you can look up toward the ceiling, looking at your palm. Breathing and stretching. Now, let me try that again. You can look forward if it's not comfortable for you to look up to the ceiling. Pushing into that front leg, pushing out to that back leg, stretching from the hip all the way up to the fingertips. Keeping the body in alignment in the side angle pose. Breathing and stretching. And if you can do 2 more breaths on this side. Inhale. Dropping the arm first. Coming back to center. And heel toeing your feet in together. And kicking the legs out. And then coming back into Tadasana. Closing your eyes. Finding your balance. And just paying attention to your breath, noticing your inhale and noticing your exhale. feeling all the sensations within the body. And letting the breath come back to normal on its own. And you can just open your eyes and watch. I'm going to demonstrate what we're going to do next. We've warmed the legs up, so we're going to warm the shoulders up just a little bit more. And by doing that, we're going to stretch and do a whole lot of opening up the chest and moving that way. So I think what I'll do is we'll get into the pose and I'll turn around so you can see it. And now bringing your feet together, arms down at your side. And take a nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to bring our hands together behind us. I'm going to turn around and interlace our hands. So our feet will be in Tadasana. And this is the first step in the movement. Standing here and allowing your hands to be down as far as they can. Now, as the body relaxes and we begin to breathe a little bit more, we don't want the back to arch. Let me turn sideways. We want to be nice and straight and tall, but we want to let those hands and arms come together. So we're coming together at the shoulders, but we're not allowing the hips to arch or let our butt stick out. We want to tuck the hips under and drop the arms as deep as you can. Looking straight ahead, whichever direction you're looking. And activating your arms if you want to think of it that way. So you'll feel the muscles kind of get together. So you're squeezing the shoulder blades together and pulling down at the same time. Opening up the chest and relaxing that upper back by pushing those muscles together, giving them a break, because oftentimes why they're achy is because they're stretched too far forward. And we don't often stretch enough going backwards. So feel the opening in the chest. And just notice what your breath wants to do. Don't force it or change it, just let it be. And keep breathing. And I'm going to turn around again. Now, if you need to take a break, do take a break at any time. Release on an exhale, shake it out, and then come back. And for a little bit more of a stretch and working on increased flexibility of the body, as you inhale, see how high you can bring those arms up behind you. Keeping the shoulders down, breathing and holding. Opening up the chest and relaxing those big, tight back muscles. Breathing and stretching. And again, if you need to move your neck around, if it feels good, do that. Oops, look at that. My shoulders went up. And bringing your shoulders back down because they do tend to want to crawl up. And holding it where you can for 2 more breaths. And on your next exhale, just let them go. And let everything relax. Close your eyes and enjoy the sensations. Enjoy the feelings. Nice deep breaths. Put a smile on your face. and let things go. And now opening up your eyes, taking the legs out, we are going to work with warrior pose. And warrior pose is a wonderful thing for strengthening the legs, the lower body, as well as what it does is it also helps us to find emotions to get rid of. So let it flow. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go into warrior one. So we are going to go into that same position that we were just in, lining up our heel with the back of our foot. Let me get all straight here. And you can just join me, or you can watch me do it first and then join in. Planting that front foot to make sure that you're nice and sturdy within it. And you can even plant it further by, if you lift your heel, push that ball of your foot into the earth and continue that pressure on that front of that foot. And that will activate the foot as well as the leg. So finding your 90-degree angle and then coming back up. Having your hands at your sides to start. What we'll be doing is inhaling, and as we exhale, first we'll just come down into that 90-degree angle, feeling the stretch. And this time you want to keep your body facing forward, wherever your knee is. Stay here, find your balance. And on an exhale, when you're ready, bring your hands together in prayer, up at the ceiling, and looking up. Breathe here. And as you're comfortable, on exhales, you can bend the back just a little bit. Rounding the back, pushing the abdomen out, dropping the head, looking to the ceiling. Again, making sure that you have your balance. Pushing your palms together. Stretching from the shoulders all the way up through the fingertips. Paying attention to both legs, feeling the stretches in the calves, the quads, and breathe. Feel your body. What does it mean to you to be a warrior? Breathing, pushing into that front foot. If you need to come out gently. Take a break and join us when you're ready again. And 5 more breaths here. And 2 more. And then on your next exhale, dropping the hands first, bringing the head to neutral, and then pushing up. Once your legs are straight, take a deep breath here, and then flip your feet. Coming to center, breathe, move how you need to. And as your body is ready, we're going to change sides. So finding where your 90-degree is and making sure that your feet are lined up. And then coming into a standing pose center and turning the body toward that front leg, letting the arms relax, feeling the body, noticing your breath. On your next inhale, bending that front knee, planting that foot Again, lifting your heel and pushing into the ball of your foot if that feels good for you. Pushing into the lunge, keeping the body twisted forward, finding your balance, pushing into the legs, your strong base of support. On your next exhale, bringing your arms up to the ceiling first, following by looking up with your head if you can. If you're balanced, making sure that your body stays twisted forward. And always notice the difference on either side of the body. One side is always more flexible than the other. And just notice the differences. Our ultimate goal is to find balance within a pose, balance within our body. And when it feels okay for you, come into just a slight little back bend. Opening up the abdomen, breathing. Feel the strength, feel the heat. Breathe. And if you can, 5 more breaths here. Stretching from the armpits to the fingertips, from the hips to the armpits, from the feet all the way through the whole body. And 2 more breaths. And then on an exhale, dropping your arms first, coming up into a standing pose, turning forward, and heel toeing your feet or walking your feet together and kicking it out. And then coming back into Tadasana. Closing your eyes and breathing. Letting the body come back into neutral and feeling the muscles that you work. Letting your body breathe you. And now preparing in your mind to move. The next pose that we're going to do is Warrior Two. So with Warrior Two, again, we're going to have our feet in the same position. Heel lined up with the arch of the foot. Finding your 90-degree angle. And then once you have your positioning, come back to center and keeping the body toward the front this time. Take a nice deep breath in, and you're going to bend into your lunge, and at the same time, you're going to bring your arms straight out to the side as if someone was pulling you in either direction. Breathing here. Once you have your balance, turning your head and looking over that middle finger. And checking over your shoulder to make sure that your arm is directly behind you at shoulder height. Same with the front arm. Pushing into the front leg, finding a focal spot over your middle finger. Breathe, feel the stretch. And push into the muscles, building strength and stability within the body. Being strong and balanced. Breathing. Take breaks when you need to. 2 more breaths. And then come back up to center, looking forward, and then changing sides. And finding your lunge part, your lunge your proper lunge position. And coming back to center, arms straight out as if someone were pulling them in either direction. Strong in the shoulders. On an exhale, bending forward, arms out to the side. And then turning your head and looking over that middle finger, or staring at a space on the wall in front of you. Focus. Checking your position to make sure that you haven't twisted. Breathe. Pushing into that quad. And the same, stretching into the back leg. And pushing that outside of the foot toward the mat. Breathing. Feeling the tension while you're building strength, but also stretching the body. And on your next exhale, inhale, or on your next exhale, come back to center, drop the arms, and then heel toe your feet in, kick your legs out, and come back into Tadasana. Feel the body and let the breath come back to normal. Notice what's happening for you. And we're going to do one more warrior pose. And again, we're going to come back into the front lunge pose. And this time we're going to go into peaceful warrior, which is warrior 4. Warrior 3, we'll work on that one another day. So again, finding your balance on your front foot. On an exhale, and coming down, bending the front knee, and making sure that you're facing the same way as your leg. And inhale, bringing your arms up to the ceiling, into prayer. And exhale, coming backwards into warrior 4 or peaceful warrior. Keeping that front leg straight now as you bend your back, finding your balance. And then on your next exhale, coming forward and dropping the arms, and then coming back to center, changing sides. Finding your lunge space, the 90-degree angle, protecting the knees, and turning the body forward. Take a nice deep breath in, bringing the arms up to the ceiling, bending back. Exhale. Try not to let the body twist. Nice deep breaths. Feeling the strength in the legs, the stretch within the torso. And on your next exhale, bring yourself forward, dropping your arms. Turning yourself forward and either stepping in or heel toeing your feet in, kicking your legs out. And one more time, coming into Tadasana. Breathing. letting the body come back to normal, feeling the heat within the body. And then opening your eyes. And we're going to come down onto all fours. Yeah, onto all fours. So coming into cat pose. We'll cool ourselves down here just a little bit. And placing your hands on the earth in front of you, feet flat behind you. And the elbows, the creases of the elbows looking at each other. Inhaling, dropping the head, rounding the spine. Pushing up to the ceiling. And exhale and breathe here in this pose. Just breathe. Feeling the stretch all the way from the tailbone to the neck. And take 2 more breaths here. And as you exhale, drop the belly and look up to the ceiling. Arching the back. And breathe here. Feeling the stretch all the way through the whole belly. And then one more time, inhaling a deep stretch into cat pose. Rounding the spine, letting go of tension. And then on your next exhale, belly to the floor, back arched. And looking up as high as you can toward the ceiling. Pushing into the arms, building strength within the shoulders, the delts. And then on your next exhale, come back to center. Wiggling the body out. And then I'll have you come over into a sitting pose, a cross leg if you can. We're only going to be here for a few minutes, but if you need to have a support behind you, feel free to grab something. And again, if you need something for a support to help your spine to sit straighter, feel free to grab something, a pillow or a block or a towel or something like that. And we're going to place our hands over the tops of our knees, and we're going to bring ourselves into a little bit of breath work here. So let your body settle and be comfortable. Now, if cross-leg pose doesn't work for you, do feel free to have your legs out in front of you. Letting your body calm down. And then closing your eyes. And with each inhale, say the word so to you as you inhale. So in your mind, say so. And as you exhale, say hum. So hum. Inhaling so, exhaling hum. With your own breath, repeat the mantra. And if you find that you've lost focus, just bring yourself back. It's a practice at calming the mind. So hum. The interpretation of that is I am that. So no, that's what you're saying. So hum, exploring you, exploring your body, exploring your breath. Breathe and feel. Breathe and be. So hum. So hum. Continuing to let your body settle after your practice. Focusing on just you. And after your next exhale, opening your eyes, and if you choose to, you can stay here and keep breathing. And when you're ready, return to the here and now. Yoga is your practice. Listen to what your body wishes to say. Be gentle with yourself and have an amazing, amazing day. What does that mean to you? I am that. Namaste, friends.